Okay, y'all. We're gonna go outside this morning. It is very foggy out here. Can't forget the cup of coffee, because it is a little bit on the chilly side. Yep, they're working on the bridge, it sounds like. They're finally putting a bridge in for us. They kept overflowing the banks and washing out the roads and everything like that. So they finally decided, instead of keeping on putting gravel on it, why don't we just rip that sucker out and put in a concrete bridge? So that's what they're doing. It's supposed to have been a 5-week job, and I think we're going on week 6. Or maybe this is week 5. Might be week 5. But they're slowly but surely getting there. We had some rain, so that kind of slowed them down. But they're getting there. Oh, y'all, it's so foggy here. But at least it's not freezing temperatures out here right now, with it being so foggy. I'm gonna put my coffee cup out right here. Oh, y'all, whenever you get to be 59 and trying to hold, something starts creeping into your brain about retiring and enjoying life, especially when it gets cold. Actually, when it gets cold and you're 59, because your skin is so thin, you start wanting to hibernate inside. And this cold air, y'all, is rough. It's mean on somebody who is as thin-skinned as I am. Oh my word. I didn't think it would ever happen, but as you age, I'm just, okay, this is the, whatever you want to call it, kind of side, me talking the way I do things. When you age, y'all just be prepared. Start upping on your vitamins and your collagen, and try to keep your skin as young as it can be, as thick as it can be, because you are going to start losing your collagen and your vitamin C really quick whenever you age. And it is important for you to take vitamin C with your collagen in order to keep your skin like that thickness like you like. I started way too late. I was making a face cream that had the collagen and stuff in it. Now that, y'all, it worked. It had olive oil, basically olive oil collagen with some goat milk, and the thickeners, and vitamin E, vitamin A, and I just melted it all together and used the geranium essential oil, because it's best for mature skin. And that was, I started doing that whenever I was 40. Now that helped, but anyway, back to the retiring. If anybody out there is getting to be my age, or maybe even a little bit older, and you're still working, but it's getting a little bit more difficult, if you feel me, type amen down there in the comment section. That way I know I'm not alone. So what I'm trying to do is, with this new channel, it's about the farm. It's not going to be about me talking all the time. It's just too wet to get out there with the critters today. Entirely too wet and too muddy. Y'all, whenever I was feeding last night, I was slipping and sliding. There's no way I can do that and hold phone to talk to you guys. No way. I would be on my rear end. Maybe even with a broken phone. And these things are too expensive. Too expensive. I didn't think I was ever going to have me a phone that cost so much money in my life. Y'all, I'm a flip phone kind of person. But I switched over to the smartphone, and I kind of like it. I'm kind of accustomed to it, grown to love it, I guess you could say. Especially when it comes to texting. Now that is a whole lot easier than E. You know, you remember those days? Yeah. It's like, whoa. I'd much rather like do this thing. So much easier. So much easier. But y'all, I don't know when, but I need to grow this. I need help growing this channel. So if y'all have any inkling to help me out with this, try to share this and like and subscribe. Your sharing actually works more than subscribe, even though I really do need the subscribers, because I mean that's what YouTube is wanting from me, out of me, in this channel. As far as the algorithm goes, research shows that for everyone that subscribes, the algorithm only pushes my video out to 4 people. 4 y'all. That's not very many. So you could do both. You could subscribe, like, and share, and like let's really push this out. But like I was saying yesterday, I'm trying to set this up to where I give you a little bit of vitamins and herbal tips, what they can do, how they can help you. Share a little bit about my health stories. Share a little bit about my miracles that God has done and in my life, and just about, you know, life on the farm. I don't want to get into my job per se, because I am a paraprofessional at a public school, and there's a lot of legalities to all of that stuff. So yes, my job is very, very taxing on the mentality, and yes, it is. So much so, 4 years ago, my first trip to the ER, it was because of my blood pressure. But when you work in the section of a school, as I do, it can be very taxing on you. But on the other side, it is very rewarding. Very rewarding. So much so that we celebrate the little small triumphs that we get whenever we can get them. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. I am a very empathetic person. It's probably the reason why God uses me so much. Because I can connect with people easily. It doesn't matter who you are. That's just how He made me. And I guess you could say I was probably that way since I was a little kid. Going to a school. Well, I started in a little country school, and then my daddy got a job as a food salesman, and it was actually a promotion. So we moved from our country home in Arkansas, in the middle of Arkansas, actually north central Arkansas, down to southern Arkansas. And whenever I was in the middle of second grade, and y'all, I hadn't even learned how to borrow and subtraction. I was behind, and because I was behind, I was bullied a lot at that school. So, but I think through all the bullying and stuff like that, a kid will start, well, okay. How many of you guys have ever seen Jurassic Park? Yeah, you remember the very first movie of Jurassic Park, and they're talking about whenever the fences was down, how the sheep T-Rex will go around testing the fences every now and then just to see if they're active. Yeah, well, that's basically, I'm a T-Rex. No, that's basically what I did whenever I was young. I would be going around and trying to talk to different ones. And y'all, if my hand starts jittering, it's getting colder out here. But trying to talk to people about to see if they would be open to me talking to them or joining their little clique or whatever. Of course, it was always shut down until I finally figured out who my friends were. And it was just the everyday kids. They got to be my friends. But y'all, I went through a lot of bullying, and I think that is where my how would you say, my journey of being able to feel out people and connect to people and know where they're coming from a lot easier, a lot faster than most people catch on. I think that's where it's began. So, God He has a plan for everyone. And it can start out in childhood, and it can start out, I hate saying it, but the traumas and things like that, I don't wish trauma on any kid. But everything happens for a reason, I've always said. And there's going to be good. And God can turn the bad around into something good. And that's what He's done with my life. Because whenever I got up older, He made me a children's church leader at a church that I grew up in. BGMC leader. I mean, everything that connected with kids and His Word, He put me in it. And I loved it. Oh my goodness, I loved it. And those kids were so sweet. Now they're all grown, and oh my word, they're probably they should be in their 30s, mid-30s right now. My very first ones, younger 30s to mid-30s. No, they should be in their 40s. Because my oldest girl, whenever I started my ministry, she was 2, and she is 38 now. So anyway, yeah, they should be pushing 40, right? Because those kids were in the 5 to 12 years old. Yeah, so yeah, they're in their 40s. But it's been an amazing trip. And now He's put me in a school, and where I get to do the same thing. I get to work with them. I get to bond with them, find out what they need. And, let me just say this. you need to meet. When you can meet a child's basic needs, when they're having a hard time in school, reach out and meet their basic needs, and then do the education part of it. Because it's hard for a kid to focus, y'all, whenever they're hungry or even thirsty, or, even had a nightmare the night before and didn't sleep well, or something's going on at home. It is hard. It's hard for those kids to concentrate on what they need to be concentrating. Yes, they have to go to school. Yes, they need to learn all this stuff. Notice how I said that. If they're having a difficult time, find a different way of teaching it to them. But it's not, you get a little bit of insight of what I'm going through on a daily basis now. And this is only my 4th year, but I am 59. And yes, it is starting. The cold air is here, and I'm wishing I could hibernate. But anyhow, guys, it's been great talking to you. And I think I'm going to mosey back inside where it's a little bit warmer now and warm up my cup of coffee, which is now cold. But y'all have a great day, and God bless you. Until next time, bye, y'all.